on the Malaguti. So last time you guys saw this thing, it was struggling. It's almost like it's just running super rich. It's sputtering, but it also just doesn't really feel carb related. Before we get that far into it, I'm gonna go ahead and rejet the carb just to rule that out. And we got some brand new stage 6 reeds to throw in there, and we got the multi-bar still. So I went through the reeds and I went to put on my stage 6 ones, but they were not sitting flush. Did not get them to sit flush on the stock reed cage. So I don't know if you're supposed to buy a different reed cage for it. Threw the stock reeds back in, cleaned it all back up, down jetted it. It's 100 main right now. It's the smallest main jet I had. Got our stock one and our MOPBOYZ one. We're going to crack this one open. We'll look a little bit at the differences of them. And we got the stock clutch here with a really soft spring in it. Very similar. But then if you look at the ramp plates, ooh, ramp plates are pretty similar too. If anything, I'd say the stock one's a little steeper. Stock ones were 6.5s. I want lighter than these MOPBOYZ ones, honestly. I don't know if I have any other rollers. If you don't have these stage 6 rollers, I highly suggest getting a kit of these. I'll put the link in the description down below. But like, it just makes it so convenient. These were 5.5 grams, and now I'm taking the shells off. Sometimes you have to use pliers on them. Taking the shells off. Take this inner part off that's literally already labeled. Slide it in there. Now we're 6 gramming it. Oh, I lied, this one's a different size. I wonder if I have one for that size. Wow, I don't have that size. Sadly, even my biggest wrench does not fit this, so we're gonna have to try this stock spring for right now. Oh, almost fired right up. I think feeling good now.
Just hoping this thing runs right this time so we can get a real test on the Malaguti. Let's see. Still struggling. It's like it's still too heavy of rollers. I think it really does need 5.5.
Alright. Got all the rollers out. Gonna have to do that all over again, taking off the shells.
Alright, 5.5's in it now. Let's see if that's any better. I feel like the pulley's not right. It doesn't have any type of like climb to it. I don't know, that's interesting. That thing's a dog, dude.
It's not like a lean detonating sound. It's like a rich, boggy sound. And I'm starting to think it's really solely because of the carb setup I got on here. I have a Pliny 19 mil carb, 100 main jet. I don't have any smaller jets to put in there. I would assume maybe I'd want like a 95 or something. It seems like, because it did get a little better when I went from a 105 to 100. Or I can get a Delroto 7.5 and be able to run the stock airbox. I feel like this thing wants a stock airbox on it. So, alright, just pulled the carb off. So we're gonna test and see if this float is actually bad on it. But we also got some little goodies right here. Oh, there's more candy right here for you, Skylar.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Whoa, what is this? What kind of seal? Those are huge. What do those go for?
There. I don't know, that's the usual special.
Zuma pre-bug seals, because I'm pretty sure the crank seals on this Zuma are toast, and that's a lot of the running issues I had with this thing. So MOPBOYZ springs,
MOPBOYZ.
one roller Oh no, it's a wrist pin. I thought it was a roller. That'd be funny. Another little intake. This is Hambone's Garage theory of testing this float right now. So.
Oh my god, I feel like it has to do with the float needle actually.
Really?
Yeah. No bubbles.
Choke it.
So.
Let's see, we couldn't find nothing wrong with the carb. The float was fine, so I don't know what the hell the issue is. This thing will run good until it's at about 100 degrees and once it has a load on it. Feels really good right now.
From the beginning. Yeah, so I think I fucked up that cylinder last time. I literally turned. I was like, I think I fucked up that cylinder.
Yeah?
Last time. People were saying electrical. I think it could be. I don't know who it was on the forums. They had an electrical issue and it basically cut off like half the RPM. And that's what it feels like. It literally sounds like you get to like 6.
And it revs out.
Take off, it's like it feels fine.
Do a whole half turn out. Go another half turn. Holy smokes.
Oh yeah, it's a fuel issue. We gotta figure it out. Yep. Bro, it's a fuel issue.
Still feels heavy on the rollers though. It's crazy because it only has 33 in it right now. All right, gonna put some lighter rollers in this, and now I got a big old crescent wrench. So hopefully we'll be able to change this clutch spring. I'm gonna change the needle clip on the carb too, and change out the rollers, make it a little lighter, and this should be hopefully the Malaguti. Take our big crescent and redo it all. Perfect. All right, pulled out the Malaguti, brought it to the test spot out here, because, well, simply because my neighbor's been hating me lately, so can't be going up and down my street. So I brought it out to the test spot, but I did get it running a lot better. I adjusted the C-clip on the needle, and it seems like it likes it a lot more. So we're gonna actually get some test riding in on it and be able to do a bunch of passes and a bunch of tuning up here. So
rev her up. Malaguti's still feeling super off right now. It doesn't ever feel like it has a climb to it. It sounds like it's a little lean right now.
It's solid. Way too light.
Tried putting, did I bring my other weights? Yeah.
it seized?
Heat seized, a light little heat seize. Oh, I was barely even giving it any throttle either.
You think it's something with that bore?
Dude, gotta be. You said there was an issue with it before.
It really heat seized? How'd you know it didn't just
It almost did it to me right when I was holding
Like-
it wide open for a little bit, and it was like, "Whoa!" So I was like, oh shit, it's about to fucking lock up, and let go, and it was like, and it almost did it, and I saved it, and I was cruising back like a little bit of throttle, and then it locked up. Like,
No
right then.
way.
Cruising back, just barely giving it any throttle.
I wonder if it's the bore the whole time then.
Dude, that was wild, and it's not even that hot.
Yeah, how did it seize at 250?
250. I'm gonna start back up, but yeah, it heat seized itself a little bit.
No way. Where's a little
You
screwdriver?
never took this.
No, I have my little flathead, my little black one.
I wasn't expecting that.
That's so funny.
I thought it's like something crazy.
Let's see if it seizes again. No, it hit 275 and then it cooled right down.
I go another pull right now.
It's so done. This cylinder is toasted, bro. Literally all the issues I've had with this thing is literally this. The cylinder came off this bug eye that I had that we had so much issues with when Skylar was riding it one time. Let's see if it does it again. Malaguti's blown up. We just took my S23 pipe, prototype pipe I had on my Elite. I took it off and it's on Chuck's bike right now. So we're gonna see what he thinks about it and test on his bike. His bike is a ported cylinder and his bike's a lot faster than mine was. So it should rip with it on that one. I can't believe the Malaguti blew up. But like I said, that cylinder was on the bug eye that Skylar rode. I've probably said this 10 times now in every video. That cylinder was on the bug eye that Skylar rode. And when we first broke down Skylar, he said it just randomly shut off on him. And we were like, what the hell happened? So he said he for sure thought he blew it. Skylar swore it blew up on him, and then we were able to kind of like half make it back. Not be able to heat seize a motor at 250 degrees. So that tells me that something was already wrong with it. It must have already been warped or something. So, toasted the cylinder, boys. So now you guys need to leave a comment down below on what cylinder kit you think I should get. Every time I post about the Malaguti, everyone wants me to get the stage 6 like MK2. Or if you think I should do a single ring or should I just get a regular sports cylinder. I don't know if I want to go full race. Okay. Hey, really?
We're not down out, but it starts with fuel on the top end. We're gonna put Billy Jackson.
Dude, Chuck's brake sucks. I don't know how he released this thing so good. It's so risky. I'm like pulling it, bro. Yup.
Well, boys, as you saw, we blew up the Malaguti. First motor, I wouldn't even consider us blowing it up. I think it was already like this, like I said. First motor that I've ever had even lock up or blow up on me, though. So, and in the most interesting way, there's only two things that really could have done it. Is without it, well, obviously the previous ownership never ran right yet since I put it in, and you guys seen that. The only reason it would really blow like that under temp would be if there's no oil in the gas, which there is oil in my gas because I mixed my gas can with premix, and that's how I filled it up, and I used it on all my bikes. So all my bikes would have blown up if that was the case. AKA, it's time to fully build this motor, and that's what I'm getting at right now. But first things first, let's see if we can at least see the damage and pull this cylinder off and check it out. Plug actually does not look too bad. Ooh, oh yeah. Alright, boys. Well, cylinder has definitely seen some work. And from what I can tell, it's really hard to see, but I think this cylinder is almost like ovalized in a way. This wall right here looks like it's pushed up. So I think with that being said, maybe it got really hot at one time and warped a little bit. It could have been the piston, who knows, and it just worked its way. But it's definitely all over, having some fun. And the rings were fine when I pulled them too. The rings looked fine. This temp gauge reads, the max it hit was 288. That is like completely normal. Like, you should not be blowing on an air cooled at 288. I'm kind of stoked because that means full build on this thing now. So I'm going to order some parts and drop this motor. But before I do, I want to see what you guys think I should run in this thing. I'm leaning towards right now the Malaguti crank, the full circle crank, and then possibly a stage 6 MK2 cylinder. Good to go. And I just want to ride this thing. I can't get to ride this thing because every time I ride it, there's an issue, and there's been a following issue with this thing. So, and this thing needs tires too, because these tires are super dry rotted. All the parts I'm going to be buying are going to be in the description down below from Scooter Swap Shop. Make sure you guys use MOPBOYZ discount code, and you get 5% off on, I think, your first order from Scooter Swap Shop. So make sure you guys check that out. Grab some MOPBOYZ merch, support the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.